Euro USD live Tuesday, the 24th of September 2024 market direction with entry, stop loss, and the take profit. And remember, guys, on this very live stream, I'll be having a free giveaway. So be sure to stay on this live stream as I share everything about the day's direction. Now, guys, if you're out there and you would like to know the direction of the day on the Euro USD, understand that every Monday to Friday, that's 9:30 a.m. my local time, or if you're using the New York time, that's exactly at 2:30 a.m. I get onto these live streams to be able to share what the direction of the day is going to be like. So if you're someone who maybe lacks clarity when it comes to the day's direction or basically the daily bias, definitely this is the live stream you should be catching. Thank you so much for joining. For whoever is joining right now, I appreciate you taking your time every Monday to Friday to basically, kick it with me as I share the direction of the day on the Euro USD. So thank you to whoever is joining right now. I appreciate you taking your time to spend this time with me. So now for me to be able to call this direction, I use my 50% win rate strategy. And this particular strategy has a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. So it is a very profitable strategy. So if you are someone out there that lacks a strategy to trade the Euro USD or basically the Forex market, definitely this is the type of strategy that you're going to take home with you because it's a very profitable strategy. So you'll be able to use this particular strategy to start trading the markets. So thank you so much. Thank you for whoever is joining. So now let's ask the big question. Are you ready to know the direction of the day on the world's most traded Forex pair, the Euro USD? If you are, I am ready as well. But obviously, before I even get onto the charts, usually there's some kind of routine that I go through. And one of those things is basically checking out the fundamentals for the day. But before we even get to that, are you someone who regrets missed opportunities? I mean, you maybe set up your levels that if price gets onto this level, I'll be able to take my trade. But then all of a sudden, maybe you step away just for a minute and price taps into that level that you earlier anticipated and it starts moving in your direction. If you're that kind of person that regrets missed opportunities, this is what I would like to tell you guys. It is okay to miss an opportunity. There are many others out there to catch. Trading is not ending today. Every single day, there will be opportunities for you in the market for you to be able to capitalize on them. So do not do anything stupid. Don't rush anything. It is okay. If price comes back to your level, then you can be able to take that particular trade. So do not, cry for the missed opportunities. This is my advice to you today. Hope you take it and you take it in good faith. So basically that is it. Now getting back into the day's direction, as I was telling you, for me, before I even get onto the charts, there's some kind of routine that I go through. And one of those things that I like to do is basically being able to know exactly what the fundamentals for the day look like. Now, for me to be able to determine where the fundamentals are going to be over the time the fundamentals are going to be happening, usually I use what I like to call this particular website. It's called forexfactory.com. So this particular website enables me to know exactly the time these fundamentals are going to be dropping on that particular day. So for me, basically what I did, I filtered this website to only be showing me the red folder news events, because the reason you like to know, or basically you filter out only the red folder news events, is so that when these red folder news events are going to be dropping, you do not want to leave full risk on. You do not want this to be happening, because usually what happens during these red folder news events, the volatility is so high, and what ends up happening, most of the brokers that we use, they tend to increase or widen their spread. So you do not want to get caught off guard, especially when these red folder news events are dropping. So for me, what I'd like to do is basically 5 minutes before these red folder news events drop, I like to actually move my stop to break even. This enables me, to safeguard myself that even when, let's say, because price sometimes can just come and weak you out, it comes, triggers your stop loss, and then it moves in the direction you earlier anticipated. So for you not to get slipped, maybe if you predetermined to risk maybe 10 pips on that particular trade, with the brokers we use, you might end up, getting slipped maybe 10 more pips. This can happen, I'm telling you guys, because usually normally the spreads do widen during these news events. So what I'd like to do is basically move my stop to break even, so that even when I'm wicked out, I'm not massively slipped. So this is just a word of caution, and it's how I trade, and I found this to be very, very okay and profitable in my kind of way of trading. So basically, this is the word of advice I needed to share with you. So it's the reason I always check out the time these fundamentals for the day are going to be dropping. So for today, it is exactly at 5 p.m. Or if you're using the New York time, that will be at around 10 a.m. New York time. So if you're someone who will be having a trade on, you would, or you might have to consider, moving your stop to break even, as this particular news event will be dropping. You can see it is consumer confidence. The focus is 103.9. Previously, it was at 103.3. So they forecast that it is going to increase to 103.9. So sometimes as these news events drop, the volatility is so high that most times you might end up getting slipped more than you earlier anticipated to risk on that particular trade. So basically, this is what I wanted to share there. But so let's get onto the chart to see exactly what the chart tells us for today. So now today, which is 24th of September 2024, this is exactly what we have on the chart. And basically what we have right here, this is it. So for me, with the strategy, which I'm going to be giving away free of charge right here on this live stream, my strategy, basically what it is a very simple strategy that even if you're a complete beginner, you can be able to understand this particular strategy. So how it is basically a strategy that bases off the previous day's price action. So when we look at the 1 hour time frame right here, we can see this was the price action from yesterday. We had a big PMI news dropping right here. You can see that happened yesterday. So what does this mean for us? Or what happened is basically price left this very big fair value gap. So now on the previous day, what I'd like to look out for is what I call areas of interest. An area of interest can either be an order block, a fair value gap, or these can be equal highs or equal lows from the previous day. So these are things I like to look out for. And price usually on the next day, what price usually likes to do is basically tap back into these areas, pick any kind of liquidity that might be resting there. And then once price has done this, it likes to reverse in the other direction. So this is how I crafted my strategy. And I'm telling you, it's a very profitable strategy because it is a kind of strategy that seeks liquidity in the market. So basically, this is it. So today, the 24th of September 2024, what I'll be looking out for, number one, if we are to look at this lower side, we can clearly see that price formed a fair value gap. Let me try and zoom in. there was a fair value gap formed right here. Let me try and mark that out so that you guys can be able to see it very well. So there was a fair value gap that was formed just around here. So this is what I'm looking at, price to come, and since when the London session opens, I basically need price to come and tap back into this fair value gap right here. So once it has tapped in, then I'll be looking to actually take my trade in the reverse direction. That's I'll be hoping to go bullish if price actually gets to that level. Then on this other upper side, we can see there's a fair value gap right here. So I would expect price to come all the way up. So what am I trying to say? So on this lower side, I expect price to tap into this fair value gap. Once it has tapped into it, then I would expect price to move in that other opposite direction to basically go up. So that is scenario number one. Then scenario number two, I would expect price to come all the way up here, because all these are order blocks. We have an order block here and here. So what price likes to do, price usually likes to run all the stops that are resting above or below order blocks. So this is the order blocks. So this would be stops that are resting above here, stops resting above here. So I'm expecting something like this, price to come, all the stops resting. Then once it has gotten there, I would expect price to reverse in this other direction. Obviously, this is a longer short. So what I'm looking at is price basically coming, taking this out. Once price has tapped into this area, I would expect price to reverse in the other opposite direction. So the key levels that I'm looking at for today are, number one, this level right here at 1 point. Let me try and share this very well so that you guys can see. So level number one is this right here at 1.10. It is 1.11035. That's level number one. Once price taps into that order block I earlier shared, once price gets into it, then what I expect next is for price to reverse in the other opposite direction. So then the other level that I'm going to be intently following is this other level up here at 1.12019. So basically those are the two key levels that I'll be closely monitoring for today. Once price gets to any of these levels, I will definitely be striking. So this is what I'm looking at for today, the 24th of September 2024. So what usually happens, or how I basically make my entries, once price gets to any of those levels, then what I do, I drop down to the 5-minute time frame, and this is where I take my trades. So you can clearly see that this analysis has been done on the 1 hour time frame, but when it comes to entry, I drop down to the 5-minute time frame, and this is where I take my entries. So so basically on the 5-minute time frame, what I look out for is for price to form an inversion fair value gap. An inversion fair value gap is basically when price covers a previously existing fair value gap. Once price, if we, let's say, had a bearish fair value gap, then if we happen to get a bullish candle, cover that particular bearish fair value gap, then this is what I call an inversion fair value gap. So basically on the close of that bullish candle, this is when I take my entry, and I like to use a mechanical stop of 10 pips in the market. So I use 10 pips as my stop, and when it comes to the take profit, I like to use 30 pips in the market. But most of the times I like to also squeeze this to a 1 to 4 to be able to basically make extra profits from this market. So basically this is how I'm going to be trading for today. Hope you guys will be looking at the market the same way I'll be looking at it. And if you happen to get some value from this particular live stream, please go ahead, like it, because this really helps out the channel. So basically, this is what I'm going to be looking at for today, the 24th of September 2024. But guys, remember not to over risk as you are trying to take these trades, because you might be someone who has maybe watched this particular live stream and you end up saying, he said when price gets to this level, it must go up. So then let me try and, over risk or go full margin on this particular trade. Guys, with trading, you must protect yourself. You must work within your risk parameters. Don't do anything stupid. Don't over risk. Try and stay within your risk margins, guys. So basically, this is what I'm trying to look at. Do not over leverage. Don't try to live for only today, thinking, this is the day you're going to get rich. That's not how trading works. That's gambling, not trading. In trading, we are risk managers. You try and manage your risk the best way you can. So basically, this is it. And also try and avoid some of those minor errors, minor execution errors, like maybe instead of tapping buy, you instead tap sell. Try and avoid such things. Try and pay good attention to detail, because this is how you stay profitable in these markets. So basically, this is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this particular live stream. In case you did, please go ahead, give it a like, because this really goes a long way for the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. In case you have any questions, please, you can go ahead and ask those questions down in the comment section. I'll be readily available to reply all those questions back. I always reply your questions back. So in case you have any question, maybe in regards to this direction for the day or any trading related question, please go over there and let me know what is on your mind. So guys, this is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. In case you did, remember to like, subscribe, share this with a friend or colleague that happens, to have difficulty when it comes to the day's bias, or maybe they lack a good strategy to trade. I'm telling you, this is a very good strategy. So all you need to do, all they need to do is go back and try back testing this strategy. I'm telling you, they'll be amazed by the results they'll find as they try to backtest this strategy. It is a very simple strategy. All they need to do is basically look at the previous day and check out for those areas of interest. Areas of interest can either be an order block, it can be a fair value gap, or equal highs or equal lows, because price likes to run for these. Price always likes to take out these areas or levels. Once it has taken out these levels, then price usually ends up reversing in the other opposite direction. So basically, this is the strategy. It is a very simple one. I'm sure even a complete beginner can be able to trade this same exact strategy. So basically, this is what it is for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video or this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you guys a very good trading day.